Coach Smith with another episode of Youth Success Coaching. Today in our Coach's Corner, we have Mrs. Yvonne Wade. She is the head coach of the women's track team, and I'm so excited to come out here and interview you.
I'm excited that you're here, yeah.
So we're just going to ask her a few questions about youth success coaching and working with athletes. So I have a few questions. However, we want to hear a little bit about Coach Wade and her background and history in track. So tell me how it all started.
I actually was a gymnast in high school,
okay.
And I got a little too tough for the sport, and somebody recruited me on the track team my senior year in high school. So I did 1 year of high school and decided I wanted to be a hurdler, and the first time it wasn't so great, but I stuck to it and ended up being one of the fastest people in the state of California coming out that year, and
all right.
Got a scholarship to the University of Colorado, and now I'm here.
okay. And so with that transition, so you coming from being a gymnast and then into track, what was that transition like?
It was difficult at first because it's a totally different sport. But I did have the work ethic. I knew how to, train my body. I know how to focus, and I was competitive by nature. So that carried over. But learning how, track is, about time and how fast you're going, and you line up and one lane against another. So it was a different kind of, energy. So that was kind of cool.
And so now, being a coach, what do you look at in athletes? So my husband's a football coach, and so we always talk about if they have the innate ability, or can you teach them? So even when I go to the different sports facilities where they do a lot of training, and you see all the little kids, the parents spending all this money to teach their kids how to jump high, run fast, and they might not have the ability. So how do you work with athletes like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, genetics plays a big part of your athletic ability, and that's a lot of what we look for. But there is things that you can teach, and there's nothing that you can throw away with hard work and determination. And somebody that's going to be successful is going to learn how to outwork the next person. So somebody might have more talent than you, but if you outwork them, you can win.
Absolutely. So that's why I love Mrs. Coach Smith. I love red shirt freshmen, and the reason why I love red shirt athletes, because they know, I didn't get that D1 scholarship, I didn't get that full ride scholarship, so I need to come out and do my best, and like you're saying, work ethics, work hard, be on time, so they can get a spot on the roster.
Absolutely.
Perfect. When you look at adversity, did you come across any adversity? So you were actually born and raised in Japan.
Yes.
And then transitioning over to the United States, did you see any adversity with the athletic part of it, or just the culture, or what was some of your adversity?
Adversity for me, I grew up in a single parent home. My mother barely spoke English at the time, and I actually saw her work very hard to support her two kids, with the background that she had. She didn't have a college education at the time. So I had her as a role model, so I knew that things weren't handed to me easily, and I had to work for everything that I wanted. So that carried over into my academics, that carried over to my athletics, and things aren't always easy. Things aren't just going to be handed to you. A win is not going to be handed to you. So I knew in order to be successful that I had to put the work in to do it.
Okay. So just from your experience and your background, you knew that you had to work hard to do what you need to do to get what you wanted. And so when you're athletes, so in this day and time with the millennials, and when they face adversity, what I'm finding out is they don't have coping skills. It's like they immediately, I'm quitting the team, or if they're in the midst of the season and they have a breakup, God forbid, girlfriend, boyfriend stuff, and they're breaking up, or being away from home, and the girlfriend back home wants the boy to come. Just all that type of stuff. How do you work with your athletes to keep them focused?
Absolutely.
On the game?
Well, I always have a saying that there are so many average people out there, right? And we're not here to be average. And in order to be greater than average, you have to face adversity to make you stronger. It's just like a diamond. Coals turn into diamonds with pressure. The more pressure that you put on a coal, the more brilliant of a diamond it becomes. And so with that, in order not to be average, you got to be willing to put the work in. You also have to know that adversity is part of it, that you're going to get through it, that it's going to make you stronger, that you will be a testimony not know the reason at the time,
Right.
but it'll come to you later.
Yes,
why you're going through
she's
that.
preaching. Okay, we're doing life coaching and she's preaching. I love it.
Absolutely. You know, and things aren't easy. If everything it was easy, everybody would be great.
Right. So
but
how
that's not
do
how
we?
it is.
So I'm working with a young lady. She's been playing AAU volleyball since she was an itty bitty, and now she's in high school, and she's just like, Coach Smith, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. And you know, and she's gone to 2 championship games. I mean, championships with her volleyball team.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm like, but what about team? What about? So how do you handle those athletes that are so talented? They started off really young, and now they're like, I'm done.
Yeah, and you understand that. Like sometimes people just get burnt out of something, and their reason for doing something wasn't self-based. It wasn't because they loved it.
Right.
So you have to find out why they started in the first place.
Okay.
You know, find out why they loved it, and go back to finding that passion again.
Okay.
You know, and understanding that you're not doing it for your parents, you're not doing it for your coaches, you're not doing it for anybody but yourself.
Okay.
You know, and maybe volleyball isn't for her, but she has to discover that. You know.
Yeah.
And I think if you create that environment where she, you know, figures out that, you know, it's something that she's good at, and she can find that joy from herself, then, you know, then she'll move. I think everybody has to find their why. You know, there's always different reasons for people being motivated to do something.
Okay.
And it might be the scholarship. It might be because my parents can't afford to go to scholarship.
That's part of it, yeah.
And this is the only way I can get there. So I'm going to do it for the scholarship, you know.
Yeah.
But that's going to be short-lived. So you got to figure out what is in yourself that's going to drive that, you know, competitive spirit.
Right.
You know, and everybody's level is different. Everybody has to figure out where they are on that spectrum of, you know, competitiveness and, you know, where they want to be. And then you have to choose a place that fits that that mood that you have. You know, not every school, not every division, not every university is the same, not every program is the same, not every coach is the same. You know, so find that and kind of shop around to see what fits, you know, what you're looking for.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have to take notes. Did you get that, Donovan? I'm gonna have to take notes on that. So much. You all have a track meet coming up tomorrow. So I just have one more question, and then we're gonna close out. When you look at what, so you kind of touched on it, a successful athlete. What does that look like? Is it their ability to conquer adversity? Is it, you know, I try to talk to them about, you know, visualization, and, you know, before you go through the track meet, before you kick the ball, you know, visualize everything. And there's so many different, you know, characteristics that can go into a successful athlete. What does that look like for you?
Well, we teach our athletes, it's a quote my husband always says to them, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Okay. So we try to strive for excellence at all levels. Do people come in like that? Absolutely not. But we have to teach them that, you know, if you have the integrity to come out here and train every day and work hard and you want to win, you should apply that to your academics. You should apply that to your life. And then it becomes natural and it becomes a way of living. You know. But what I look for specifically, you know, is integrity, hard work. You know, they're willing to go above and beyond, not just do what's asked, but go and do the extra work. Study, you know, your event, know who you got to beat, you know, go above and beyond. Like, everybody's not built the same and come with different levels of athleticism. You know, so if you're not the elite of elite, if you're not the number one in the country coming out as a blue chip athlete, you got work to do. You know, so know what that is, know what that looks like, and be willing to put the work in.
And you can shape them. You can shape. So it's like you can shape them. So those kids at those training facilities that can't jump too high, can't run too fast, you know,
you got to outwork the next person.
Hard work, dedication, integrity. All right. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Keep doing what you do.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. Tune in next time. Also, I want you to look out for the cooking show as well. Cooking with the Coach. And so we're going to have different guests to come in for the coaching. So we talk about mind and your body. So if you want to be an athlete, you have to make sure your mind is sharp and your body is in tune as well.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned and tune in. Youth Success Coaching with Coach Wade, head coach of UNLV track. I almost said basketball.
Of life.